So week 4 is in the books, and we gained some insight on who is real and who is not. Joining me to go over the big stories you need to know before week 5 arrives is Ovie Mughelli from the Bleav in Falcons podcast. Ovie, welcome to the show. How are we doing on this glorious morning?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to do a little segment called 3 and Out. I'll take a look at some of the stories that will impact this week's games. Let's get to it. The first thing on everyone's mind is Zach Wilson's performance. He did something that no one has done to Patrick Mahomes in 127 starts. That is, have more completions, more passing yards, more TD passes, and fewer interceptions. Does this take Zach Wilson to another step of respectability? We're talking Jets quarterback here.
He showed life. He showed that there's something more than just mediocre to under mediocre quarterback play. But let's not throw a huge parade about, Zach Wilson's it. Like, he's not getting them to any Super Bowls, to any playoffs, to a winning season, unless he shows me consistently that he can do that. So great throws in that one drive, and he did great against Patrick Mahomes. But it was Patrick Mahomes' worst day and his best day, and they still lost.
Well, I might have to agree with Rodney Harrison, being that was the first jersey that I ever bought as a Patriots fan, number 37. That's my guy. All right, let's jump to another quarterback who is making a lot of waves here. CJ Stroud is creating quite the buzz down there in Houston. He has the most passing attempts to begin his career without an interception. That's 151. He's up there with the likes of Dak Prescott, Tom Brady, Tua. Is this the start of a historic career? Gotta ask.
Absolutely. An Ohio State quarterback. It comes from a great system and is really making that team relevant again. He's a guy, you mentioned the no interceptions, but to have 1,200 yards and no interceptions, no one's ever done that. Like, he's the first person to ever do that in the history of the NFL. So this guy's starting out with a great team and doesn't have all the weapons that a rookie quarterback would like, but still is making the most of his players. And he's doing the thing that great quarterbacks do at a very young age. He's getting people around him better. He's making throws that seasoned quarterbacks make, fitting it through the windows, back shoulder, over the top, putting the touch on it. It's fun to watch his games because it's fun to watch him win. So he's a guy I think the Texans could do very well with for a very long time.
A team that has been perpetually stuck in NFL purgatory is the Detroit Lions, but under Dan Campbell, I believe it's his 3rd year, they're making some waves here. How for real are the Detroit Lions in the NFC?
I like seeing people who get, pushed down, given like no chance, show people like, okay, you don't believe in me? I got you. Like Jared Goff being shipped out of the Rams and having the team win a Super Bowl after he leaves, I would be hot. And he has a great defense to back him up. The defense, I think, 12 sacks the last 2 games. And they're making it very hard for even good quarterbacks to play because they're in your face. So the Detroit Lions are for real. I saw it in person. They're a team that can win the division and a lot more.
Awesome. Well, first of all, put some respect on a fullback's name. You guys are the dinosaurs of the NFL.
Thank you.
I love it. It's week 5 now. So, Ovie, do we have kind of a discrepancy between the really, really good teams and the really, really bad teams? Is it me, or am I'm feeling this sense of there's no in between. There's no mediocre teams. It's either you're really good or you're really terrible.
I mean, we like to, in the media business, have, knee-jerk reactions because it's fun and it's quick and it's snappy. But as somebody who played almost 10 years in the NFL, I realized that you can still have teams regress. You can still have teams that are able to grow because there's a thing called strength of schedules, and it's a thing called having your team gel, especially the ones with new quarterbacks, with new coaches, with new key players. It doesn't come together in the first 4 games. So there are some good teams, great teams, but there's still a lot more movement you're going to see in the NFL. And I'm hoping that a certain team, a certain bird that I used to play for can trend up because we're not doing the things that I'd like us to do.
Okay, I'm writing that down in my notes. We might as well just have you back on 3 and Out in a couple of weeks. Ovie Mughelli, go check him out on the Bleav in Falcons podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.